Lechon, ang lechon na nasa lata, saan ka patikim na mabibili sa iba't ibang supermarkets nationwide.
At ngayon, balikan natin si Aida Gonzales sa Buhay Metro.
Balikan po natin si Dr. Kari Legaspi. Kanina ay pinapaliwanag niya po at inisa-isa po ni Dr. Kari kung sino ang dapat at hindi dapat magpabakuna. Ayan. Okay. So, tuloy po natin, Dr. Kari, ang inyo po mga ibinabahaging impormasyon. Go ahead.
So, basically, you have to be in a general state of good health. But you know what? There are times that kahit nasa good health ka, I'm not scaring anybody, but it's like meron akong naging kasamang doktor na wala naman siyang high blood, pero nangyari after the vaccine, nagising siya at tapos kamuntik siya mag-stroke. Pero naagapan. Yan ang maganda. Pero the point there is, so the question is, kung biglang na high blood na ganun kataas, magbabakuna ba siya ng second dose? Hindi. Okay? So, kung nangyari sa'yo na meron kang side effects sa first dose, hindi mo pipilitin sa second dose.
I see.
And then, like, even another patient that I handled, kasi I do other things other than dermatology. Kasi parati akong nasa rollout or sa med-mission, so medyo sanay ako sa mag-family practice ng konti. Hindi ko naman sinasabi, eksperto po ako. Anyway, so yung isa, ano ba nangyari? BP niya 120/80. Pagkatapos ng vaccine, nag 60/40. So that is a very precarious state. So for example, nasa province po kayo. So dapat maturukan siya ng gamot, and then kunyari nangyari sa'yo na biglang bumagsak, isang emergency measure is for you to put your feet up. Yung para bang letter L. Ang ulo mo nasa baba, ang paa mo nasa taas. Why? Para yung blood mag-flow back to your heart. Okay? You call that a Trendelenburg position. So, other than that, how do we clean our environment? Siguro sawang-sawa sila sa pagkadinig ng what to do. But I want them to understand. I want everybody to understand. Di ba, kung minsan punta sa lugar and then may iniilawan. What light is that? That's ultraviolet C. So why C, not B, not A? In our environment, we have a lot of A and B. Diyan tayo umiitim. So, pero if we have C is the one. So the C has a wavelength of 250 to 280 nanometers wavelength. So bakit C ang kailangan natin? Because it breaks down the strands of the virus. The DNA and RNA strands, and then namamatay ang virus. So bakit kailangan linisin? So that pag pumasok ka sa lugar, especially walang bintana, malinis ang area. Lalo na siyempre sa mga clinic. So, pwede rin yung, di ba, binibenta yung mga UVC bag to disinfect your phone, your wallet, and all that. May science behind that. Hindi yan para kumita lang. So, it is not against, it's more for prevention and control, and it's not for you to, pwede pa rin pumasok ang COVID, pero at least you're trying to make it less likely.
Doc, excuse me lang po. Ibigay ko lang yung number natin para baka merong may gustong magtanong. Ito po yung number na pwede nyo pong tanungin. I-text yung inyong tanong. 0915-202-4998. Yan yung ating hotline. 0915-202-4998. Kung meron po kayong gustong itanong kay Dr. Kari Legaspi tungkol po sa bakuna. Go ahead, Doc.
So again, you keep on hearing about HEPA. So HEPA doesn't mean hepatitis. It means a high effective particle aeration, meaning it will screen out the small virus. So when you say you have a HEPA filter na bibili sa Lazada or kung saan man, there are very expensive ones and now they have cheaper ones. Why do you need it? So it's a high-efficiency particulate air. That's the right term. So why do you need it? Because it cleans the quality of the air. Why? Because in the beginning they said that 2 meters distance is a traveling area of the virus. Now they're saying it's 20 meters. Tarang nakakabaliw tong virus na to. And then what they say is also, they call it the Swiss cheese respiratory virus pandemic defense. So what does that mean? Diba pag Swiss cheese, maraming butas-butas. So that means that you have to have a lot of interventions. So, hindi ka lang gagawa ng isang bagay lang na mag-mask and mag-face shield and mask. Hindi pwede. Marami kang dapat gawin para hindi ka dapuan ng virus. And sometimes, malas-malas lang. Kahit ginawa mo lahat, madadapuan ka pa rin ng virus. So, and then another thing, I don't think people really realize it yet, but for me, since last year pa, gumagamit ako ng chlorine sa paglinis ng bahay and clinic. I use the chlorine yung pang swimming pool. So, I dilute one tablespoon of chlorine in 2 liters of water, or 2 tablespoons of chlorine in 1 gallon of water. 1 gallon is equal to 4 liters. And then yan ang pang-mop po ng floor ng buong bahay, saka buong clinic. So, hindi ka bibili ng mga branded na Clorox, Zonrox, or whatever. Ay, hindi ako galit sa kanila. Sinasabi ko lang, sa daming beses ka kailangan maglinis ng bahay mo, banyo mo, everything. You are creating your, what you call that, you are making your environment clean at sa murang halaga. I think in Lazada it's only like 60 pesos a kilo. So what happens there is, how long will that 60 pesos last? Baka buong buwan, okay na. Diba? So I think everybody should use that because it keeps your house clean. If you keep your house clean, then you have less tendency of getting sick. And then, of course, you have to think about, you have to put a label on the bottle pag ginawa mo, and you have to make sure that you don't use it for misting. May ibang tao kasi kala nila na maganda mag-mist, yung magpa-steam. And then, then again, what are the things, like for example now, you know what, I get so many, kasi marami akong, bahagi ako ng iba-ibang teleconsult groups. Maraming I hate to say the word, pero naprapraning na pag may lagnat, nagpapanik na ang tao. Hindi naman ang lagnat is equal to COVID. Ang lagnat could be a symptom of something else. You have to think, nahihirapan ka sa paghinga, meron ka bang lagnat, may sipon, may ubo, and sometimes diarrhea. Because you see, it goes through it goes through your mouth, your eyes, and your nose. And so it's not just cough or cold. It could also go down to your gastrointestinal tract, and then it latches on. Kasi remember, yung drawing ng COVID parang bilog, and then meron siyang mga sungay, mga spikes. So you have the ACE inhibitor. So if you have an ACE inhibitor, it eats the spike. So various vaccines act on that. That's the Pfizer and the Moderna. Pero the other vaccines act in a different way. So like saying Sinovac, it acts on it's an inactivated virus. So it enters the cell and then we build the immune system. But either way, all of them are good. No vaccine is inferior or anything. So, wag kayo mag-inom ng chlorine, wag kayo mag-inom ng parang pangpalinis. Kasi meron akong naging kasama na akala niya pati bibig niya, isa-spray niya ng alcohol. Pero ito totoo to ha. I mean, sometimes, sobrang...
Akala niya, yung bibig niya ay spray ng alcohol. Meron tayong question do ka. O pakitapos niyo po yan, tapos may tanong. Sige po, go ahead.
So, I was so shocked kasi educated naman siya in everything. And ang ganda naman ng damit niya. And I said, stop! So, gano'n, pasigaw ako. Hindi na kailangan mag-toothbrush na lang, pwede na yan. Di ba? So, yan. So, basically, think we'll keep it short and sweet. Baka magsawa ang mga tao sa akin.
Ito, may tanong nga po dito eh. My sis-in-law experienced sluggishness after vaccine. Then, fever, chills at night. Heavy feeling, second day, but got well after drinking paracetamol. Can she have second dose?
Yes. That is a natural reaction ng vaccine.
So,
You will
yes
have
po.
pain in the injection site. It can last 3 to 4 days. You just take your paracetamol. You expect that. That means your body is reacting to the vaccine. With other people, they don't feel anything. Iba-ibang reaction natin. So that's fine. Hindi naman siya nag-high blood, hindi naman siya nag-super rashes or whatever. Okay lang yan.
Eto po, meron pa may asthma po, naka-seretide
Yes.
po ako, diabetic, hypertensive, incontinence, may kidney stone, may microscopic blood in the urine, plus 10. Pwede po bang magpabakuna po?
Unang-una, ba't hindi niya ginagamot? The fact that you have hypertension and you have some kidney disease, that's easily treated. Marami tayong centers, lalo na NKTI. It's a fantastic hospital, National Kidney and Transplant Institute, where there are really a lot of good doctors. It's free, but you have to be there by 5, 6 in the morning. Pwede siya magpabakuna, that's not a problem, but she has to get a clearance from her doctor dahil marami siyang comorbid.
Ayun, so, okay.
And the fact that she has 10 plus blood in her urine shows that she has, the stone is nababara somewhere. I cannot, probably in the ureter or whatever, and kayang-kaya yan gamutin. Hindi yan problema po.
Ayan, ito pa po. Good PM po. Ask ko lang po, nagka-allergy minsan sa isang klase ng antibiotic.
Cotrimoxol.
Ayun, cotrimoxol.
So,
At ito pa po, Doc. At hypertensive ako. At may allergic rhinitis. Pwede po akong magpa-vaccine?
Yes, as long as your hypertension is controlled. Like say, for example, are you taking your medicine? Mamaya, tinitignan mo lang yung gamot mo, hindi mo iniinom. I mean, medyo maraming matigas ulo. So you have to make sure that your, whatever it is screen ka rin sa COVID centers. And then usually, if the blood pressure is okay, we pass you on, mag-vaccine ka, it's fine. And then you will stay in the COVID center, the vaccine center for about another 15 minutes before you move on. And then okay na yan.
So, pwede. Ayan.
Pwede.
Ayun. Go ahead po, Doc. Okay. Yung iba po, yung may mga tanong pa, 0915-202-4998. Go ahead, Doc.
So what's happening now, on top of having physical problems, ang dami na di-depress. Alam mo ba yan?
Yeah.
So what's happening? Why do people get depressed during this COVID time? Ang unang-una, anxiety. And then may fear na mahahawa sila. Remember, ang thinking ng doktor for instance, last year nagle-lecture po ako kung sinong gusto makinig ng lecture namin ng aming friend si Dr. Agnes, na the fear is that every person next to you is a possible COVID patient. So, ibig sabihin, you only no. Ba't ka na si tense? Yung financial na problema, maraming na layoff. Number 3, hindi ka na pwedeng kita tayo sa mall. Hindi na pwede yan eh. So, yung normal mo ng social life na di-disrupt, and then yung meron kang feeling of hopelessness and helplessness, meron ka rin feeling ng stressor sa work. Kasi kung minsan, yung mga work from home, tuloy-tuloy ang trabaho. Walang distinction ng day and night. And then another reason why you get depressed is that may namatay. Marami akong kilala na 2 lang sa pamilya nila namatay, may kaya naman, bigla na lang namatay. Yan yung tinatawag na Delta variant, if I'm not mistaken. And then, many times, that those who are in quarantine, meron silang isip ng suicide dahil wala silang nakikita na tao. So, what I'm trying to say, hindi ko kaya rin, again, tinatakot. You have to be aware that if this is happening to you, na nadidepress, hindi ka nag-iisa. Maraming helplines out there, the Philippine Psychiatry Association, hanapin mo lang at maraming magkukonsole sa'yo. Kung hindi si Miss Aida Gonzales, di ako na lang magtulong sa'yo, di ba? Wag lang naman na magtelebabad, ha? Text lang tayo, ha? And then, like say, for example, lalo na yung mga elderly, lalo na over 65, mga 80, bawal sila talaga lumabas. So, nadidepress sila. Bawal na mabisita sila ng kanilang pamilya. So, the lack of social interaction drives them crazy. Lalo na yung Pilipino na gusto na magkikita-kita, reunion, whatever. Parang hindi nila matake na nagbabago ang lifestyle. And so, what are the vulnerable populations? Sino ang mga na-atake ng ganon? Yung frontliners, number one. Kasi they're in the worst mental health state of mind because feeling nila, every minute, makaka-COVID sila. Imagine, magsuot ka lang ng hazmat suit, mag-doffing and donning, ilang steps yan. My God, talagang sinubukan ko na yan. And then, bawal kang magpunta sa CR ng 6 na oras. So, we have to think. Where are you and what can you do? And the children and the youth are also affected. Right now, lalo na pang mga bata, tapos walang social interaction. So, ang buong mundo nila ay ang nanay-tatay nila. Pag nawala si nanay-tatay, parang nagpapanik. So, you see, these are things that we have to get prepared for because paano pagbalik natin sa normal? How do we handle it?
Yeah.
So, one thing for me, honestly, naging mas religyoso ako. Nagsisimba ako everyday, online, and kasi senior citizen na po ako. And then
Tado ka?
Nakuha, ikaw naman, friends tayo talaga. And then I pray the rosary, I pray Divine Mercy, lahat ng santo nakilala ko na. So, they made a survey, ito ay based on Philippines, na 16% said that the effect of the pandemic was moderate to severe. 16.9% said they had very severe depressive moments. And 28% had anxiety. So, ibang depression sa anxiety to psychological impact of being severe. And 13% had severe stress levels. So this is based on this is based on the lectures from the PMA. So I take it from them because I listened to the whole PMA lecture. I learned a lot, and thank you to Dr. Benny na ang galing-galing ng pag-handle ng online lectures pa rin kami.
Ayan, Doc. Sige po, tuloy natin yan next week. Meron na lang tayong 3 minutes. Pero imihabol lang po, may isa pang tanong dito. Pwede po ba ako magpabakuna? May chronic Hepa B at mataas ang BP.
Again, it has to be controlled. If you have chronic Hepa B, you should be already having what you call that biologics, and you get a clearance from your doctor. So if you're having chronic Hepa B, you should be under some medication. And if you're hypertension, napakadaling gamutin ng hypertension, napakadaling gamutin lahat. It's more of the patient. And then also, of course, diet, exercise, and prayer. Idagdag ko yung prayer. Yan. So, yan ang pinaka-importante.
So, Doc, ano yun? Pwede siya magpabakuna o i-treat muna? Or
no, get a
consult your
clearance.
doctor?
You can be treated. You can have the vaccine at the same time that you're being treated. Do not wait to get your vaccine. Get it as soon as you can. Kung meron sa area mo, pag tinawag ka, go. Do not wait. Wala namang correlation ng Hepa B and COVID.
Ayan, okay. Sige, Doc, final word niyo po?
My final word is that given the opportunity, pag kumatok sa pintuan mo na meron bakuna sa inyong lugar, huwag kayong mag-atubili, mag-line up na kayo at huwag kayong mag-isip ng tungkol sa dating na bakuna dati. That's not true for COVID. Actually, ang nakakalala lang is that people get scared. I'm telling you not to be scared. Only 2% die from the COVID. Most of it is mild. But the problem is, hindi natin kilala ang COVID, kaya naging pandemic. Kasi hindi na, bago siya at hindi natin makontrol. So, it's not a problem. It just go at it. Be calm, pray, take your medicines, and you'll be okay. So my take-home points in general, it's okay not to feel okay during the pandemic. Kung lousy ang feeling mo, huwag mong isisi ang sarili mo. Tingnan mo na lang itong pandemic bilang isang oportunidad para sa inyong growth. Spiritual, emotional, physical. How can I develop ties with my family? Pwede naman mag-Zoom. Yung friend ko, naging mas close sa mga kapatid niya itong COVID. Nung walang COVID, hindi sila nag-uusap. Ngayon, every week, nag-Zoom sila. Mm-hmm. And always think that lahat tayo sama-sama sa itong problema na ito, buong mundo, hindi ka nag-iisa. At lastly, you have to always remember that God is good all the time.
Ayan, ang ganda ng extra mo, Doc, ha? Very inspiring, encouraging. Pero ihabol ko lang to, Doc. Kasi Thursday ka na ulit babalik. Doc, need ko po advice nyo. Walang help sa akin na, Doc. Ayaw give clearance. Pero